السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. الحمد لله وكفى وسلام على عباده الذين اصطفى. أما بعد، يقول الله تبارك وتعالى في كلامه المجيد بعد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم: ولقد نصركم الله ببدر وأنتم أذلة فاتقوا الله لعلكم تفلحون. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد وبارك وسلم. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد وبارك وسلم. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد وبارك وسلم. Today is the 16th of Ramadan, and the Battle of Badr took place on the 17th of Ramadan. And Quran speaks of that extensively. The beginning verse, the verse that I just recited, وَلَقَدْ نَصَرَكُمُ اللَّهُ بِبَدْرٍ. Indeed, Allah has helped you in Badr. وَأَنْتُمْ أَذِلَّةٌ. You were feeble, you were weak in number. So what should you do? فَاتَّقُوا اللَّهِ. Be conscious of Allah, لَعَلَّكُمْ تُفْلِحُونَ, so that you might succeed. The people, the Sahaba who were there, the 313, Quran says about them, and Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam has spoken about them, that لَعَلَّ اللَّهَ أَطَّلَعَ عَلَى أَهْلِ بَدْرٍ. Hadith is in Bukhari, that Allah has looked at the people of Badr and said, فَقَالْ إِفْعَلُوا مَا شِئْتُمْ. Do as you wish, do as you will. قَدْ غَفَرْتُ لَكُمْ. I have forgiven you. The Sahaba, the 313 who participated in the Battle of Badr, their rank is higher, their maqam is higher as compared to other Sahaba. There are many comparisons between the month of Ramadan and the Battle of Badr, other than the Battle of Badr also taking place in Ramadan. Quran refers to the Battle of Badr as Yawm al-Furqan. وَمَا أَنزَلْنَا عَلَىٰ عَبْدِنَا يَوْمَ الْفُرْقَانِ. The day Furqan, Battle of Badr, that day distinguished between truth and falsehood, between right and wrong. And Quran, which was revealed in the month of Ramadan, is also called Furqan. تَبَارَكَ الَّذِي نَزَّلَ الْفُرْقَانَ عَلَىٰ عَبْدِهِ. Why? Because Quran does the same thing that the Battle of Badr did. Quran distinguishes between right and wrong, the people of righteousness and the people of wickedness. First major epic battle in Islam. Zayd ibn Arqam radiyallahu anhu was asked, Kam ghazan Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam. How many expeditions did Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam participate in? So he replied, 19. Wa kam ghazawta anta wa ma'ahu. And then Zayd ibn Arqam radiyallahu anhu was asked, how many of them did you participate in with Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam? He said 17. Then he was asked, which one was the first? And he replied, the Battle of Badr. What happened? Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam was sitting with his Sahaba. He would send scouts out to find out what is happening. The scouts came back and informed him that Abu Sufyan is returning to Makkah with a trade caravan. And this trade caravan has wealth in it. And all the people of Makkah, Quraysh, had invested their money into this trade caravan. And it has weapons that will most probably be used against وَالرَّكْبُ أَسْفَلَ مِنْكُمْ. That you were on this side of the valley and Abu Jahl and his army was on the other side of the valley. What happened is, when Abu Sufyan found out that Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam is coming to attack his trade caravan, he sent a messenger to Makkah telling, O people of Makkah, protect your trade caravan. So Abu Jahl left with an army of 1,000 to protect the trade caravan. Abu Sufyan was a brilliant strategist. He escaped, he went south. He went south and he escaped and reached Makkah safely with the trade caravan. But now, وَالرَّكْبُ أَسْفَلَ مِنْكُمْ. That's what Quran is referring to, that trade caravan. But now what happens is, Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam and his Sahaba and Abu Jahl and his army are heading for a collision course. They're going to come face to face. The caravan escaped. وَالرَّكْبُ أَسْفَلَ مِنْكُمْ. وَلَوْ تَوَاعَدْتُمْ. Quran says, if you had an agreement with the people of Makkah to meet at a certain date and engage and have a battle on a certain date, لَخْتَلَفْتُمْ. لَخْتَلَفْتُمْ. It might have never occurred. One side might lose heart. Something happens, like a doctor's appointment, right? Many times you end up what? Canceling the doctor's appointment. So many reasons. But what happened? لِيَقْضِيَ اللَّهُ أَمْرًا كَانَ مَفْعُولًا. Allah wanted this battle to occur. Allah wanted this battle to occur between haqq and batil, between truth and falsehood. إِذْ يَعِدُكُمُ اللَّهُ إِحْدَى الطَّائِفَتَيْنِ أَنَّهَا لَكُمْ. Quran speaks that Allah promised you one of the two. Which one? Allah promised you one of the two. Either the trade caravan of Abu Sufyan or the army of Abu Jahl. وَتَوَدُّونَ أَنَّ غَيْرَ ذَاتِ الشَّوْكَةِ تَكُونُ لَكُمْ. And Quran says, oh Sahaba, you wanted Abu Sufyan's trade caravan. Why? Because that was an easy target. That was loaded with wealth. You wanted that. وَتَوَدُّونَ أَنَّ غَيْرَ ذَاتِ الشَّوْكَةِ تَكُونُ لَكُمْ. But that's not what Allah wanted. يُرِيدُ اللَّهُ أَن يُحِقَّ الْحَقَّ بِكَلِمَاتِهِ وَيَقْطَعَ دَابِرَ الْكَافِرِينَ. Allah wanted to establish the truth, that who are the people of haqq, who are the people of truth. And Allah wanted to يَقْطَعَ دَابِرَ الْكَافِرِينَ, cut the roots of the disbelievers. And then now Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam and his Sahaba are headed towards Badr. What else happened? إِذْ يُرِيكَهُمُ اللَّهُ فِي مَنَامِكَ قَلِيلًا. Allah showed the disbelievers to be very few in number. وَلَوْ أَرَاكَهُمْ كَثِيرًا. If Allah showed them to be a large number, Quran says, لَفَشِلْتُمْ. You would have lost heart. You would have lost the willpower to fight. So Abdullah ibn Masud radiallahu anh, he is standing there, he's looking at the Quraysh, at their army, Abu Jahl's army, and he says, I think they're 70. And he says to his friend, how many do you think they are? He says, I think they're about 100. In reality, how many were they? 1,000. Allah wanted this to occur. وَلَوْ أَرَاكَهُمْ كَثِيرًا لَفَشِلْتُمْ. Then you would have lost heart. So Allah showed them to be few in number. And on the other hand, Shaitan is encouraging Abu Jahl and his army. لا غالب لكم اليوم من الناس وإني جار لكم. No one can overcome you today from amongst the people. I am your supporter. Shaitan, he comes in the form of Suraka ibn Malik. And he makes this statement that I am your supporter. Me and my followers will support you. Go and fight. And eventually when the angels started coming down, فَلَمَّا تَرَأَتِ الْفِيَتَانِ نَقَصَ عَلَىٰ أَقِبَيْهِ. When he saw in the heat of the battle, angels coming down from the sky, he could see. He said, he started to run. نَقَصَ عَلَىٰ أَقِبَيْهِ. And Abu Jahl said, where are you going? Where are you going? He said, إِنِّي أَرَى مَا لَا تَرَوْنَ. These are all verses of the Quran. I see what you do not see. In other words, I see the angels and you don't see the angels. In other words, see ya, don't want to be ya. And now in Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, imagine, this for all practical purposes, this was a civil war. Father is on one side, son is on the other side. Yes or no? Uncle is on one side, Abbas radiallahu anhu later accepts Islam. Nephew Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is on the other side. And what little preparation they have compared to Abu Jahl and his army of 1,000 who are armed to the teeth. Here is Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam and his Sahaba who are not even anticipating a full-fledged battle. They had come for the trade caravan and now they're facing an army. 2 horses. One owned by Miqdad ibn Aswad radiallahu an, the other one owned by Zubair ibn Awam radiallahu an. 70 camels. And Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam, he assigned that for each camel 3 people are assigned. So they can take turns riding this camel. The 2 people that are assigned with Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam are Ali radiallahu an and Abu Lubaba radiallahu an. But when it is Ali radiallahu anhu's turn to ride the camel and Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam's turn to walk, obviously this doesn't seem right. So Abu Lubaba and Ali radiallahu anh, they both say, "O Nabi of Allah, we give up our turn. You continue riding and we will continue walking." Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the answer he gave is a lesson of leadership. "Lastuma bi aqwa minni." The two of you are not stronger than me. You are not stronger. If I was old, weak, feeble, and I could not walk, that was a reason. You two are not stronger than me. Then Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "I am not less in need of reward than you. I am not less in need of ajr than you." In other words, I need the good deeds as much as you do. Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Jannah is for him. If not for him, then who else? And Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam is saying that I am in need of ajr, of hasanat, of good deeds as much as you are. In other words, in walking, there will be more reward and ajr for me. Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam then asked the Sahaba, "What should we do? What should we do? Ashiru alayya ayyuhan nas." Give me your opinion. Give me your opinion. Give me your input. Miqdad ibn Aswad radiyallahu anh, he's from the Muhajirin. He stands up and he says, "Imdi haythu amarakallah." Walk, march, go forward as Allah has instructed you to. Command us as Allah has instructed you to do. Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam again says, "Ashiru alayya ayyuhan nas," because Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam wants to know the opinion not of the Muhajirin. They're with him. He wants to know the opinion of the Ansar. Why does he want to know the opinion of the Ansar? Because Badr is 81 miles from Medina Munawwara. And the pact, the agreement that they had made with Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam was that they would protect. The Ansar had promised. They are giving Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam asylum. They are giving him refuge in Medina, correct? And they said, "We will protect you with our life in Medina from an outside invasion." But there was no clause that said that they would protect Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam outside of Medina. That is why Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam is asking for their opinion. Spokesperson for the Ansar, he stood up and he said that "Qad ahdathallahu amran ghayra." O Nabi of Allah, you intended one thing. You left Medina with one intention, and Allah has brought about something else. Now we are face to face with an army. If you are asking us, then listen. Lasna ka qawmi Musa. We are not like the people of Musa. La naqulu kama qala banu Israel li Musa idhhab anta wa rabbuka faqatila inna hahuna qa'idun. We are not going to say what Bani Israel said to Musa, "You and your Lord go and fight, we will stay here." We will not say that. Sil hibala man shit waqta hibala man shit. Join us with whoever you will. Cut us off from whoever you will. Salim man shit wa'adi man shit. Make us an ally, a friend to whoever you wish, and a foe and an enemy to whoever you wish. If you tell us, O Nabi of Allah, if you tell us from this day onward, this person is our friend, he's our friend. If you say this person is our enemy, from that day on, he's our enemy. Salim man shit wa'adi man shit. This is the desire we should have for Islam. The desire of compliance, a desire to give everything, whatever we have for Islam. Khudh min amwalina ma shit. He continues, he says, take from our wealth, from our money, whatever you wish. Then he says, Wallahi mimma akhazta min amwalina ahabbu ilayna mimma tarakt. The wealth that you take, we rejoice over it. We are happy. And the wealth that you don't take, the wealth of ours that you do not take, we're sad over that portion, that why didn't you take that? Imagine. Take from our wealth, whatever you wish. And the portion that you take, we're happy over it. And the portion that you leave behind for us, we're sad over it. Why did you leave it behind? We wish you could take everything from us. وَإِن سِرْتَ حَتَّى تَأْتِيَ بَرْقَ الْغِمَادِ. And if you order us to march all the way to Barq al-Ghimad, which is the last outpost in Yemen, all the way south, we will gallop our horses all the way to Barq al-Ghimad. وَإِنِ اسْتَعْرَضْتَ عَلَى الْبَحْرِ. And if you put us in front of the ocean and tell us to march, we will march into the ocean. This should be our spirit in Ramadan and outside of Ramadan. For Islam, that we are not going to find loopholes, we're not going to do ifs and buts. Whatever Allah and His Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam want from us, we will do. Whatever Allah and His Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam has instructed us to do, we will do. No ifs and buts. Then when you have your physical preparation to the best of your capacity and you have your spiritual preparation as such, there's only one thing left to do. Dua. Then Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam made his famous dua. Allahumma hadihi Quraysh. Oh Allah, this is Quraysh who have come with their pride, with their arrogance. They had come with the dancing girls and the wine to celebrate their victory over the believers. And these are my Sahaba. Innahum hufatun fa'ahmilhum. Innahum uratun fa'albishum. These are my Sahaba. They are naked. Give them clothes to wear. They don't have shoes, they don't have anything to wear, they don't have anything to mount. Give them a mount. Then Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam said a statement that only he could say to Allah and no one else could say because of his relationship, because of his bond with Allah. He said, Allah, oh Allah, in tuhlik hadhihi al-isaba la tu'bad fil ardi abada. If this group of 313 are defeated, you will not be worshipped till the day of judgment. No one will be alive to say Allah, Allah. This is it. 313 after what? 13 years in Makkah and 2 years in Medina. After 15 years of effort, sweat and blood, this is what I have to present to you. This is the cream of the crop. These are my 313. If they are killed, you will not be worshipped. There will be no one alive to say Allah, Allah. Then Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, Anjiz li ma wa'attani. Oh Allah, fulfill the promise that you have made to me. Then Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam saw Jibreel alayhi salam coming down with his horse. Hada Jibreel akhidun binasiyati farsiha, holding the reins of his camel, leading 5,000 angels. Quran speaks of that. Istastaghithuna rabbakum fastajaba lakum. When you called out to your Lord and your Lord answered. Anni mumiddukum bi alfin minal malaikati murdifin. I will help you, I will aid you with 1,000 angels. Then Allah increased the number to 3,000, then to 5,000. Truth be told, even one angel was enough. Truth be told, Allah does not even need a single angel to help. Yes. Why? وَمَا جَعَلَهُ اللَّهُ إِلَّا بُشْرَى لَكُمْ. 5,000 angels came down in the Battle of Badr. This is the Allah we believe in. We don't believe in some imaginary. No, Allah is there. Allah is there to help us even today in 2023. Angels, that was not the first time, nor was it the last time that, actually it was the first time angels came down to fight. Never had they been sent before to fight. But that was not the last time the angels came down. Angels came down on many occasions after that, even after Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam left this world. Yes. And then when the battle happens with the help of angels, imagine, you don't stand a chance, do you? Abu Jahl, he's lying there, about to breathe his last. Abdullah ibn Masud radiallahu anhu comes to cut his head, to sever it from the body. And Abu Jahl, he says to Abdullah ibn Masud, while he's dying, have you ever killed a more noble man than me? Imagine his pride. That in your life, he's telling Abdullah ibn Masud, in your life you have probably not killed anyone more respectable, more honorable than me. And then he says, cut my head, not from here, from down here. So it stands a little bit taller than the rest of the heads. This was his pride and arrogance. At least Fir'aun, when he was dying, when he was drowning, he said, Amantu bi Rabbi Harun wa Musa. I believe in the Lord of Harun and Musa. And here is Abu Jahl with his pride and arrogance. Pride and arrogance, it kills a person in this life and in the hereafter. Then 70 kuffar were killed, their bodies were thrown into the well. What your Lord has promised you to be true, in other words, Jahannam. We have found what our Lord has promised us to be true. In other words, victory. Umar radiallahu anhu said, O Nabi of Allah, tukallimul ajsad la arwaha lahum. O Nabi of Allah, you are talking to corpses, dead bodies who don't have a soul. They can't hear you. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, O Umar, they can hear me better than you can hear me. This was the Battle of Badr, 313. Those names, Muhaddithin have written that even if you simply take the name of those 313, chances are, and then make your dua, Allah will accept your dua. 14 Sahaba were shaheed in the Battle of Badr. 8 from amongst the Ansar, 6 from amongst the Muhajirin. May Allah Azza wa Jal give us that spirit that was there in the Battle of Badr in the Sahaba. Only a one-day difference. Today is the 16th and the Battle of Badr took place on the 17th of Ramadan. May Allah give us that same spirit that those Sahaba had. Not only in Ramadan, may Allah give us that same spirit to sacrifice whatever we have for Islam, inside of Ramadan and outside of Ramadan. May Allah accept all our du'as in Ramadan through the blessed souls of those 313 Sahaba. وَمَا عَلَيْنَا إِلَّا الْبَلَاغُ. Please pray your sunnah.